Hey everybody, I'm Lindsay Adler and I'm a portrait and fashion photographer based in New York City. Today we are in my New York City studio and I am going to show you a beautiful ethereal boudoir shoot. Now what's great about this, it is completely natural light with just a few modifications, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to achieve this shot. We're going to be covering posing, natural light, and the tools required to be able to replicate this wherever you are. Let's get started by talking about the light. What's great is all you need is one window, and then you make a few modifications in order to create that beautiful glowing look. Now what I have here is I have hung thin, very translucent white curtains behind my subject. Now of course you could put this in front of the window, but here I have it on a C-stand. What that's going to do is it's going to create a light source behind my subject that wraps around. And the reason that I love this for boudoir is that as that light wraps around her body, it's going to show off her curves. It's going to show off her lines, the outlines of her body, which is one of the things that we want to focus on when we are doing a lingerie shoot. So these curtains that I have here were very inexpensive. They were in a bargain bin that I bought, and I just have them hanging behind her. Behind that is the window light. So that is going to be the main source of illumination. You can actually see, looking at her, if she's right up against those curtains, the light does in fact wrap around her, wraps around her clavicles and her jawline and the sides of her body. So that is going to be our main light. Now when I am going ahead and taking a photograph, I'm very careful not just to set my camera in program mode, because it's going to read all of that light behind her and underexpose the image. So instead what I'm doing is, if you shoot aperture priority, I'm going to use exposure compensation. Basically, I'm telling the camera, don't just guess and make this medium gray, lighten it up, because I want that background to be pure white, and therefore it's going to wrap around her and give her the correct exposure. So now let's take a look at how lighting and posing work together. Because this is a boudoir shoot, I want to show off her curves. If she's faced straight on towards camera, it's not really showcasing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her take her right leg and bend it over. And when she bends it over, what it does is it creates a beautiful curve by her thigh and also by her hip. Now another thing that it does is at the bottom of the frame, it narrows her body. If I crop there, it gives me this beautiful line to follow with my eyes, and it gives the perception that when you reach the bottom of her body, she is in fact quite narrow and has a beautiful curve. So when she kicks her knee over, the next thing that I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her lean her chest forward. The reason I'm doing this is whatever's closest to the camera appears larger. It gathers a little bit more attention. And of course this is a lingerie shoot. I do also want to enhance her curves. So one other thing I might do as well is ask her just to arch her lower back a tiny bit, and it emphasizes that curve even more. So by moving her leg over, leaning her chest forward, and arching her lower back, I've given myself some beautiful lines. Now that we have the beautiful curves of the pose, I want to figure out what to do with her hands. Now the hand that's closest to her side, I want to make sure I have a little bit of negative space. If it's blocking that curve, it's not going to be showing what I just tried so hard to create. Now with the other hand, I want to create emotion, I want to create mood, so perhaps along the side of her face and on her neck. Now that I have a beautiful pose, I want to make a little bit of a tweak to the light, and what I'm going to do is add a reflector. This reflector is going to take some of the light behind her and kick it back on her face for some beautiful illumination. The reflector that I'm using is the Rogue Super Soft Silver. And the reason that I've selected this is I do want to catch a lot of light and kick it back towards her face, but the whole scene is soft and ethereal and gentle. And so I don't want to have really crisp light that normal or usual silver reflectors create. So the super soft silver is going to be the perfect solution. This 32-inch reflector has a natural white side, and the other side is the super soft silver. And that's what's going to be perfect for this lighting setup. It'll capture enough light and kick it towards her, but still give me that soft illumination to her face. What's great about this entire setup is all you really need is a window with some curtains in front of it, and then I just use that 32-inch reflector, which is so portable, and I can carry it with me anywhere I go. And of course, I can pull it out anywhere that I find a window. Looking at the images that we've captured here is exactly what I was looking for, a softer side of boudoir. What's great is all you need is a window with curtains, and then that 32-inch Rogue Super Soft Silver reflector for just that little kick, that little extra pop of light on the face. If you enjoyed this tutorial and the images that we've created here, make sure that you check out some of the other Rogue tutorials.